You're listening to Trek FM.
Hello, welcome to a new episode from There to Here, Trek FM's 50th anniversary rewatch of Star Trek, in which we look at all 729 episodes from beginning to end. I'm your host, Richard Marquez, and here with me is...
Tony Robinson in the United Kingdom.
Welcome to the show. All right, so today's episodes we're going to be discussing is both Voyager episodes, Good Shepherd, and Live Fast and Prosper. All right, let's start with Good Shepherd. When three crewmen are shown to be hampering efficiency, Captain Janeway decides to give them special attention by taking them on an away mission. So basically, this is like a lower decks TNG episode, but also we have a special guest. I want to say, I can't remember his name, but he's the lead guitarist for Rage Against the Machine.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah. So he is, when Captain Janeway goes down into the lower decks, the first person that Janeway says hi to or introduces herself to is the guy.
Oh, right.
He's a
tall guy, yeah.
But his name was Tom Morello? Yeah, he is, and and I just looked it up. Yeah, he is one of the guitarists in Rage Against the Machine. Oh. So what'd you think? What'd you think about this episode?
Again, really good episode. One of the things I've noticed about the current series of episodes is the frequent use of CGI now. They're getting away from Voyager as a static model being filmed in a studio for the most part, and they're introducing CGI. And so there's a beautiful shot from Deck 15 of him looking out a little porthole, and then the camera pulls away. In fact, the episode opens with Janeway in her quarters or ready room, staring out the window, and we pull away from that. And it just gave that extra dimension to Voyager, and we're seeing parts of Voyager we haven't seen before. And I liked that. It's
definitely got a good feel for it, a good view of like another way of looking at Voyager. And ultimately, I foresee that the new series that's coming up, it's going to be something like this. Obviously, the captain is she's in the picture, but not really. I mean, it's more of these three characters or three crew members that we never seen, and we see occasionally the main characters interact with them, as we saw with Paris and crewman or Harriet. There we go. And basically they have nothing to talk about except, and it's just it's a good different angle. Yeah, well,
he's a crewman who's on Voyager, who probably signed up for the mission that took them out, towards the caretaker, when they got thrown out towards the caretaker, and realizes, I shouldn't even be here. This isn't my place. I'm just gonna hide away until I die or we get home. But I don't want to be part of this anymore. I'm amazed at the dialogue that exists between him and Captain Janeway, that it's almost insubordinate.
No. It is insubordinate. Because I would have snatched that kid like he was back in the academy.
yeah, but she doesn't. She kind of tolerates him, and she listens, and she lets him get away with it. She doesn't bring him to point. She doesn't bring him to order. She lets him rant and rave for a bit till she gets to the heart of the matter. But I mean, it is your typical team building, team bonding episode. You almost know that whatever the storyline's going to be, that's what it's all about. It's about three disparate people who do not connect in any way, and finally connecting and pulling together and helping each other out when all seems lost, and saving the day. So on that level, the episode is almost a cliche, but it's well written, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It definitely was a well written episode that I actually enjoyed quite a bit. Heron, in a sense that I would actually listen to what he has to say, but yeah, it was completely insubordinate to where, if they're in the Alpha Quadrant, there ain't no way in hell that he's going to be not court-martialed after that. But I mean, you gotta deal with what you have, because you can't put him in the brig for 78 years, or take him off the crew manifest for 78 years. I mean, what a waste of space.
Well, they do throw people in the brig for less. Tom Paris was in the brig for whatever the heck.
Well, and every leader has to give and take, and be flexible enough. And yeah, in a situation like that, I would assume that she would have to bend. I mean, not often, but enough to where someone like that slipped through the cracks, where he's never been on an away mission at all. You would think that you'd have to listen to what he has to say. It's like, why are you not trying to participate in this whole, in a sense, voyage across the stars? But the one character that I really liked was the Bajoran. What she was saying, that she basically got a free pass, and I find that very disturbing, because the Federation is desperate to have the Bajorans join the Federation, obviously because of what their importance for the wormhole and whatnot. But for someone to actually say something like that they got a pass to be in Starfleet and in a sense graduate from the academy, that's really disturbing. You don't want to put that precedent that, hey, you're here because you're a Bajoran. So, where do you rank this?
Well, again, I have to say this was a very enjoyable, smart episode, even if it was a cliche, even if you could see it coming a mile off, that they would all get into a kind of a scrape and save the day and all become good buddies at the end of it. It was well written. I thought the character of Haran and his conflict with the captain was quite adventurous. I thought this idea that he's not respecting the captain as one should, but he's basically going to relay his own opinion to her in the best way possible, or the way he knows. And it was quite a shock to hear him talk back to the captain in this way and treat her with the disrespect. But it made for a good episode. It made for a more realistic setting.
Well, and for me, it's definitely a full thumbs up. It's one of my favorites. Mainly because some of the best episodes that I think of Voyager is, it's that conflict that not everyone's perfect, and you have to have that kind of conflict in order to make good story. Moving on. So we're going on to the next Voyager episode, Live Fast and Prosper. A trio of con artists impersonate Captain Janeway, Tuvok, and even Chakotay to try to scam money and resources out of suspecting victims.
Yeah, I thought it was quite cute. It was a fun episode. You didn't know what was going on. Immediately you see these two almost familiar looking characters, Janeway and Tuvok, approaching these aliens, but you think, what is happening here? Because the uniforms don't fit very well. Their comm badges are oversized,
even the pips on their neck
even
the
pips
oversized.
On their neck are, I don't, goodness no. But it was quite good. I liked it. It was fun, and the lady who played Sister Dala, she was quite convincing. I liked her. But
yeah, and that's actually her name is Dala, and funny enough, she uses her real name. Well, character name, but so I mean, I like this episode. I mean, it definitely it reminds me of a lot of the Ferengi episodes from Deep Space Nine, and I liked a lot of those episodes because they were just pure fun. I mean, yeah, they had a little serious twist to it, and for the most part, the story was serious. But I mean, they had that clumsiness that you don't see traditionally with like a Starfleet officer or anything like that. And it was a lot of fun for me. It was, especially when Janeway, the real Janeway, was messing around with Dala in their brig. As we discussed in the last episode, and then we're basically talking about what was it? What was the people? What were the people called? Whatever they were.
Oh, the aliens. I'm not really sure what. Oh, Teslials, Tesseracts,
Tesseracts.
But it was something along that Tesseracts or something.
Yeah, in the. I guess we'll call it Tesseract. Tesseract Authority, where they their prisons are inhospitable, most die of malnutrition. It was like they didn't rehearse that at all with their script reading or anything like that. He's like, "I'm sorry, what?" I was like, "You want me to describe what?" So I mean, it definitely was a fun episode. I agree.
Yeah, but the character of Dala, she was still in conning mode, even though she was being offered passage out of this, a way to, if she relented and gave back all the stuff she'd stolen, they were prepared to kind of let her go. But was she being conned by Janeway, or was Janeway being serious, So there was, there was conning on both sides,
Conning the con, yeah.
Con the conner.
All right. So, what'd you think?
I liked it. Fun episode. I always like, episodes that have a twist. So there's triple cons going on in this episode, and it's quite fun to watch. Oh, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I did like it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a full-fledged thumbs up. But it was a lot of fun. It did have a lot of twists to it. It stayed interesting throughout the whole entire thing. It's like, oh, what's going to happen next? And it's nice to have those kind of episodes, out there. So, Tony, where can everyone find you on the internet?
Well, thanks, Richard. Okay. Babel Conference is the likeliest place you're going to find me. I will contribute from time to time, put in my little 2 cents worth, depending on what's happening. And also, if anyone's out there interested in hearing a different type of podcast, I'm just practicing with developing my own. It's called Star Trek Weekly News, stwn.uk, and there's a few bits and pieces on there you might like. And if you do, and you want to comment and send me some nice comments, I'll be happy to receive them. That's where you'll find me.
Yes, please definitely support our fellow Trek FM Patreon, as well as our host as well. And you guys can hear me here on Earl Grey. I'm one of the co-hosts, the new co-host for the relaunch of Earl Grey. I'm also on Facebook. Occasionally I drop in here and there. And I'm also on Twitter. My handle is xransom. Well, thank you for joining me, Tony. All right, we'll see you then, guys.